It is springtime on the mountain and we are back to working on our property. We're continuing road excavation to make road access from our top clearing down where our property meets the public road. Our process started last year. We hiked the mountain to choose the best path down the slope, and we do have a significant slope. We marked the trees that needed to come down, and we worked the mature trees with chainsaws because they were too large for an excavator to remove. We rented an excavator for a month to create the initial path, and that's what I'm walking now. The current goals are to make the road wide enough for a vehicle pulling a trailer so we can bring materials, and to make it a safe access for heavy equipment like a concrete truck. We need to deal with several huge masses of rock, and we need to take down 3 or 4 very large maple and buckeye trees that are making the roadway too narrow. Our elevation gain is probably 700 or 800 feet from the public road below. So we expect to end up with a driveway that's at least a quarter of a mile long. So here where our road meets the public access road, that's going to need a lot more work. That needs to be opened up. So the trees that have to come out in this process and the excavated rock, that all gets moved to the downslope side to reinforce that. I can see the storm moving across the valley. It will be here soon, so we'll have to take a pause with the excavator work. Here's one of the maples that needs to come down, and when you look upslope you can see just how tight the passage of the road is below it. And downslope from that we've got another huge maple that Y's out at the base of it, and that has got to come out too. Okay, first maple is down. It was hung up for a few hours, so we had to clear the area, and now it's safely down. The next challenge will be to extricate the stump, which is really grown into the rock in that section. So here we're looking downslope where that maple tree was that needed to come down. So that's why it was such a problem to get it down safely, because there was just nowhere to work around the tree. It was just all slope. One of the biggest challenges with this excavation project to get access to the top is the rock. We've got a lot of rock, a lot of rock. So with this rental, we added in a rock breaker, which looks like a jackhammer essentially, and it can be pretty effective on some of the type of rock we have in the mountain. On other types, it's really not too effective. And then as the rock gets broken up, we'll push it over to the downslope side and attempt to build up that slope and reinforce that. The excavator can only have the bucket or the rock breaker on at any given time. So as we work through the different tasks, we have to stop and switch out those pieces, which takes some time. All right, we've made some pretty good progress. There is the public road access point. So that's opened up now. Pretty good width for most of the roadway up the mountain. The rock breaker has been working the last several days, so there's just a ton of rock on the inside of the road that needs to be moved over to the downslope side. Compared to where we started 2 months ago with the rental, the road is much wider, it's better graded, so that's great progress. That's a lot of rock that's been moved. Well, we are wrapping up another 2-month rental with the excavator. And hey, thank you for joining us. I hope this has been an interesting look into what it is like to develop a piece of land that doesn't have road access and how involved that process is.